Hello, this is Sydney, Austria calling. My name is Sander Flips, and I'm the project manager of Blake Ports Management. How is everybody doing?
Hello, my name is Ruslan
Hello.
Pigatsky. I'm the civil engineer from Denmark. I'm doing well, thank you.
Hello, my name is Bart Shah, and I'm the head of the dragging company from Holland. We're doing good, thank you.
Hello, I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope everyone's also. I'm Andrea Ramos, and I'm the lead contractor from India.
Okay, great. So first point in our agenda is that we have to improve our communication. I suggest that we have a weekly teleconference with this team, and besides that, we have to organize a monthly face-to-face meeting, and I think I want to know the best time for you and if you agree with it, so that we should do these meetings or not. What is Denmark thinking?
I think we should have one meeting a month face to face because I think that's enough. We can have it for like, well, I'm okay with going for a couple of days, but only once a month should be enough because
Yeah,
we can keep
I
track.
think
We can
one
keep
fixed
track of
meeting a month
everything.
would be enough. Yeah.
We can keep
And
track of
Holland?
everything with this. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Holland, what are you thinking?
I don't see any point of regular meetings. We're really going to discuss the same topics every time. So I think that if it's really necessary, then there should be like one face-to-face meeting per month, but only when it's necessary. If there's no important topics, then we can just proceed and go for the next month.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I guess India is fine to make the meetings because it's in between. Yeah.
Okay, and what is India thinking of this?
Well, I think it's important to maintain face-to-face meetings. So I would suggest that if we do have one per month, it has to be for sure that we're all going to be able to attend.
I agree with India that we should have a fixed face-to-face meeting once a month.
All right.
Is that okay for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, and how many times a month should we have a teleconference?
Let's say one time a week is fine for me if everyone agrees on that.
Yeah. Let's say once a week, only if it's necessary. Otherwise, we just cancel it.
Yeah, I agree to that.
At 10, is it 10 a.m. European time? Is that okay for everybody?
Sounds good for me.
Okay, great.
Sounds good.
So next topic.
Which day should we do that on?
Let's say on
maybe at
Tuesday?
the end of the week.
Or yeah, that's great.
Whenever it's necessary, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pick a Friday.
Yeah, but maybe it's better if it's at the end of the week, so that everything has passed and we have.
Let's say every Friday at 10 a.m. European time. Okay, great. Okay, so next topic. It's very important that we keep record of the things that are happening in the Garjahan port in India. And that's why we're using the internet-based application, so everybody can keep track of the things that are happening. Otherwise, work will get missed or some things will happen twice. And I want to know what you think about this internet-based application.
I think we should maybe switch or have another application because for my work it's really hard to use an internet-based application. I prefer using something else like we used to have Excel, but now we work with something else and I can't put in all the information that is needed for my work. So I would maybe suggest using another program.
Okay, we have had some other complaints about people who had difficulties with the new internet-based applications. So we were thinking about switching to WordNode, where we can introduce Excel, so we can insert everything that is necessary for everybody to know. Yeah, Holland?
I have my own system because it is more better for my side of the company that I can keep everything in system instead of having the whole global thing on your internet-based software, because that's just extra work for me because I have to copy from this to the other one. So instead of that, if we can just have like my own system and then like send everything at the end of the month to you, it'll be much better.
To me, that's fine. If most of the people can use our global software product, it's easier. And if you can send it to us, we can insert it for you. That's certainly no problem.
That's perfect for me then.
Yes. And India, do you agree with it?
The email and the phone calls to report any development has always worked for me. So I don't see the internet application being so useful.
All right.
Yeah, it's easier for the project manager and the people who are working on site for them to know what is happening and what has already happened. And via emails or telephone calls, some things get missed or some things get misheard, and that's why we had some problems in the past. That's why we introduced the internet-based application, so everybody knows what's happening at the same time.
All right. So yeah.
Right.
Okay, great.
That we are going to use another program with the internet-based program.
Yeah, we will use Word Note, and we can insert Excel files into that.
All right, that's good for me.
Okay, great. So next up is that we need a new schedule for the first phase, because we have had some serious delays due to monsoons in India, and normally we work about 18 hours a day, but the problem is due to the monsoons, we had a lack of people working, and we're 6 months behind of schedule. So I want the first phase to be operable within 4 months. That's really top priority. And I'm considering of changing my contractor if this can't be done. Yeah, Holland?
Yes, I'm the head of the drilling company, as you know, so there has run some complications out here with the work, and a different drilling machine has been ordered, and that will take several weeks to arrive. So the delay for the contractor is also really high right now. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, plus,
okay. I wasn't aware of the problem.
I have something
Thank
to
you
add
for
on to that.
mentioning.
The problem is our client unexpectedly changed the design of the port that he wanted. So after looking at it, I think it will take at least another 8 months to complete instead of 4 months because of the change in design.
Okay, because I have the concession to run the port, and I will be losing money every day if the facility, so the port, is not operational. And that would be a big loss for us, and that's why it's top priority that we open our port as soon as possible.
Yeah, but I think from an engineer's point, I think it's only gonna be open in 8 months because of the client, not because of like any technical problems, but because the client asked for another design.
I think we have to take into consideration that it's monsoon season, and it's unrealistic to the date we're giving the client. I think it's gonna take more time.
Okay, I wasn't aware of the problem with the machinery, so maybe we can finish the first phase in 6 months. I won't go over 6 months. Would that be okay? Is that realizable?
I don't know if that's well, 8 months is what I think is gonna be, but if everything that we are discussing goes by plan, I think 6 months is okay.
Okay, 6 months would be okay. And if we put more engineers and people working on site, would that be realizable for India?
I think that 6 months is okay, but we should have a margin just in case, margin of error. And I think we should extend it, like in between, best case scenario 6 months, worst case 8 months.
Yeah, okay. I will talk with my management about this, and we will talk about this in a later meeting. Is there anything Holland wants to say about this?
I guess I should go with the 8 months that Andrea said, because the machine is not working, so it might take several weeks. So I'm not really sure about 6 months if I can really make everything ready.
Okay, I will discuss it further with my consortium. So our project has cost a lot of money. We're already 20% over our budget, and I don't want that. The project gets any more expensive. Is there anything where we can cut costs? Where we can cut costs on the project, or?
But you should remember that the 20% over budget was mostly due to the begin phase, because we had to order new materials, and I think we're gonna stay on track right now, because the client is also willing to pay more because he changed the design and the material offers. We won't have problems with that. But I think we'll need to pay our staff overtime because of all the extra work they've done, and because of my team with the redesigning, we'll need a compensation for that. And also, if we have to travel, we need, because we asked for one time that we should meet face to face, we should have flights that are returnable. Like if we would have canceled the meeting, we need returnable flights.
We can also tell the client, because of the new design, that the costs will increase, so we can charge him for the extra costs made, because it's his. He wants that the design. He wanted that the design changed, so I think we should charge him for our extra costs.
All right, that's good for me. That sounds logical.
Yeah, Holland.
I know there's like 20% over the budget, but for the new drilling machine, I will have to ask for $200,000, because without that, if there's no machine, I cannot make your work done. So it is really important for me. So you'll have to do something for that.
Yeah. Okay. That's also something I have to discuss with my consortium here in Sydney. I will let you know about that as soon as possible. But I think 200,000 will be a little bit over budget, but
it is
I will
essential
talk
for
about
the company.
Yeah, I know, and I will talk with the owner of the company of the port, if he's okay with it, that we make extra costs. Yeah, India, what are you thinking about it?
I also have understood that we're already 20% over the budget, but if we really want to make it to the deadline, in the best case scenario, that would be 6 months. It's unrealistic to do it with like how much we're investing on our workers. For example, to get a job done, I'm gonna have to contract 100 more workers to the site, and these people don't have how to get there. So it's really important for you, Sander, if you could contract more buses and transport.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about more buses and more ways of transport. I was just thinking about bigger buses, because now we're using buses of like 30 to 40 people. Maybe we can use buses with like 70 to 80 people. The amount of emission stays the same, but there are a lot of more people that are getting transported by bus. Instead of 30 to 40 people per bus, we'll get 80 on one bus, and I think that would be realistic.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Okay,
as long as they get there.
Yeah, they will get there, I promise. So I just want some solutions that don't cost much, because I want some feedback about your management style. How is everybody doing? You're all head of the management team. So how are your teams doing, and how did you think about getting solutions that don't cost much for increasing the efficiency of our port?
Are we talking about the fifth discussion point, improving morale now?
Yeah.
All right. I think it would be a very good idea to let the client actually know of what we do and how hard we work on this project. Like we should provide them with excellent quality work, And if they could show appreciation, or if they feel a little bit involved, we can actually show them what we are doing and why it's worth all the money.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a good idea to let the client know that some things will cost more, but we should explain why.
Yeah.
Because we're working very hard on it, and we are behind schedule, and he wants it to be done in time, that we need more workers. So he should accept that the cost will increase. Great.
Yeah. Does anyone have
Holland?
I think that there should be some more social events so people can get to know each other much better, and they'll start socializing and become better friends and everything. So I guess a party would do a good start.
Yeah, that would be a great thing, that teams get to know each other better, so we can work together in an even more efficient way. Yeah, exactly. I think little parties would be a great idea, and they don't cost much because we're just having some little foods and drinks. So
just to get
I think that would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And right. India?
I think that the most important asset of a company is its workers. So it's very important if we could provide with accommodation and facilities to migrant workers and their families, just to keep the workers happy so they can be more productive. And also we could offer some bonuses of to the workers for their compensation to boost.
Yeah.
All right.
To boost their that would be a great idea, so they can work in a more efficient and fast way. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you for this meeting, and I will see you next Friday at 10 a.m. European time. Right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much.